Thanks for tuning in to Lotus Yoga Online. Let's go ahead and get started in Child's Pose. Bring your knees wide for your Child's Pose and your forehead down to the mat. Walk both of your hands over to the right side. Place your left hand on top and then press out through your palms. Get really long in the left side of your body. Breathe on the left side. One more inhale. Then switch. Walk both hands over to the left. Place right palm on top and press out. Breathe on the right side, all the way down towards your right hip. Keep sending your hips towards your heels. One more inhale. Come back to center. Lift up for a puppy pose. Scoot your knees right underneath your hips, and then walk your palms towards the front corners of your mat. You can teacup your hands on your fingertips and then work your chest or your chin down, or feel free to flatten your palms. Look towards the front edge of your mat, so you're creating power in your shoulders, awakening in the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inch your fingers a little bit further away. And then press your chest, your heart back and down. One more inhale. Exhale. Slowly guide your heart forwards all the way down. Reach your left hand out to the side and then roll onto your left shoulder. Let your head rest either down onto your mat or onto a block. And then draw your right foot up along your right thigh, like you're in a tree pose. You can press your foot to your inner thigh or reach your right hand down, grabbing your foot or your toes. And if you do get that bind, extend your foot towards the ceiling. If you want to forego the bind, that's okay. You can let your right leg kind of reach back behind your body, just deepening the twist. Relax in your left hand and up through your left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more inhale. Exhale. And slowly roll through center and switch sides. Stretch your right arm out to the side. And then roll onto your right side. Draw your left foot up along your thigh if you'd like to take the tree pose variation, or the full leg extension by binding onto your left foot. Press out through your left heel. Continue your breath. No matter what, no matter how the postures feel in your body, always return to the rhythm of your breathing. Your breathing is moving energy in your body. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. And slowly unwind. Teacup your fingers on the front corners of the mat. Bring your forehead down and let your elbows reach up towards the ceiling. On your inhale, start to straighten your arms, dropping your elbows, and then slowly lift your gaze and release back down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. One more. Ground your palms right underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Right here, you can stay on your toes or come onto your knees. Use your inhale to rise up to your high plank. Squeeze your elbows in, look forwards. Inhale, lift. Downward facing dog, press back. Take a moment to get your feet and your palms set so that you arrive in your strongest downward facing dog. It doesn't always have to be the most expansive. This is a strengthening posture. Pull your navel in, then wrap your elbows and your triceps in. So this is, if you take a little bend in your elbows, at first they go wide, but instead we want them to come right in line with the shoulders and then re-extend the arms. That way you're creating external rotation in your shoulders. It'll feel like your shoulder blades are going broader and kind of wrapping around the rib cage. That's what we want. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Send your right leg up high, 3-leg dog. Cheetah pose, knee to chest. 3-leg dog, inhale. Bring your right knee to your right elbow, exhale. 3-leg, inhale. Bring your knee over to the left elbow, cross body. Inhale, 3 points. Exhale, cheetah. Step through, warrior 1. Ground your back heel down. Use your in-breath to rise. As we come into this first warrior, go ahead and bend your elbows, grab opposite arms, and then add a little tiny bounce in your legs. Not going to, not straightening the front leg all the way, but just a little buoyancy, little movement. You may notice you want to walk your right toes forwards, taking up a little more space on the mat. Side body stretch over to the right. Breathe in. Full breath out. Bring your right hand down to your thigh. Reach out through your left arm. And then slowly open to your warrior 2. Relax your shoulders. Expand from fingertip to fingertip. 5 breaths. If you can scoot your left heel another inch to the back edge of your mat, create that internal rotation on your back leg so that you can go a little bit lower in the front hip. Stabilize by powering up your back leg. 2 more breaths. Set a sharp, focused gaze to your front fingers. Like focusing so much that you end up losing focus of the whole room. Let yourself be transported right here to the body. Peaceful warrior, inhale. Bring both palms down, cheetah pose. Lift your front thigh, hold your cheetah. Tap your right knee to your right elbow, and then slide it to the left. So instead of creating like a V-shaped tap, stay forwards and then just shift side to side. Like you're tracing a straight line from elbow to elbow for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold at the left arm, straighten your leg, open up for your fallen triangle. Drop your back heel down so your hips open up towards the ceiling, lift your left arm. Arch your left arm towards the front of your mat. Feel a lot of expansion through the whole left side. Breathe in. Exhale, release. 3-leg dog. Lift your right leg. Open up your right hip. Bend at your knee. Take a few circles. Just loosening up any tension from your day, any tension from your evening. We hold everything in the body, like not only physical tension from yesterday's movement or lack thereof, but also your emotional energy. It sits in your muscles, sits in your joints. Slowly flip your dog. Step your right foot to the outside of the left foot. Turn all 10 toes to the back of the mat, and then start with reaching your right fingertips straight up. Breathe in, squeeze at your glutes. On your exhale, tap your glutes to your heels. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. One more. Inhale, this one hold. Start reaching your right fingers towards the front of your mat, and if you can see the floor, see if you can tap your finger all the way down to the floor. It might feel a little funky in your left arm, so just be mindful of that left shoulder. One more breath. Then slowly unflip. 3-leg dog, right leg high. Downward facing dog, release. Ripple forwards, high plank. Low plank, exhale, gaze forwards, bring your heart forwards. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, press back. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh out of the mouth. Lift your left leg up high. Cheetah pose, knee to chest. Round and look at your back foot. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Left knee, left elbow. Make contact. Inhale, 3-leg. Left knee, right elbow, cross body. Inhale, lift. Cheetah pose, round at your shoulders, then step forwards for your warrior one. So I always like to step my foot right where the palm is. That way I know my feet are gonna be hips width. Ground your back heel down, and then slowly rise up. Same thing on this side. We'll take that little bounce in the left leg. I like to grab opposite elbows. And then notice if you feel like stiffer in this side or more expansive on this side. Adjust your foundation to reflect what you feel in your hips. Straighten your arms, or inhale. And then side body stretch over to the left. Bring your left hand down to your thigh. Reach out through the right fingertips. Full inhale. Full exhale. Warrior two. Open up through your chest. And let that opening trickle down into the left hip and the left thigh. Scoot your right heel another inch back. So notice if that makes you want to turn your chest forwards, keep pulling your right shoulder back while the right hip wraps forwards. Little twist in the trunk. Breathe in. Full breath out. Come back into that laser focus. See your left fingers and then look beyond your left fingers. Your drishti is where you physically focus, but also your internal focus. Hear your breath, and then feel your breath moving energy. You're awakening. You're also turning off the external world, turning off all the distractions so that you can learn about yourself. On your next inhale, peaceful warrior, sweep your left palm high. Exhale, frame your foot, cheetah pose. Pull your left thigh into the chest. And then we have our arm taps. Tap it over to the left and then slide it to the right. Straight line from elbow to elbow. So your left leg turns into like a little pendulum. For 5, 4, strong core, lift the navel, 2, and 1. Fall in triangle, extend your foot over to the right side, and then open up through your hips. Squeeze through your backside, and then arch your right arm up and over. Take a long inhale. Exhale, 3-leg dog. Open up your hip. Take a little bit of movement, whatever you need on this side. Slowly flip your dog. Look to the outside of your right foot. Step your left foot down, and then turn your feet to face the back of the mat. So we don't want to just flop over, but place foundation where you want it to go. And then when your foundation is set, lift and expand. Breathe in. On your exhale, tap glutes to heels, reach between the thighs. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Last one, exhale, tap low. Inhale, rise and hold. Send your left hand a little bit further out past the front of the mat. And if you can see the ground, reach towards the earth, reconnect. One more breath. Slowly unflip. Lift your left leg high, breathe in. Downward facing dog, release. Roll forwards, high plank. Chaturanga, exhale, heart forwards, elbows in. Upward facing, roll your shoulders down. Downward facing, press back. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh out of your mouth. Come down to your shins. Set up a camel pose. We're gonna take a few variations. We'll start with a half camel, letting our breath guide more of a lateral side stretch. So not focusing too much on the throat just yet, but focusing more on the heart, on the obliques, and on the hips. Bring your left hand to your hip, reach your right hand out. Go ahead and set your gaze on your fingertips, and we don't wanna let that gaze disappear from the fingers. So you're gonna watch this movement and feel this movement come in with breath. Breathe in. On your exhale, reach your right hand out to the side and all the way down to the heel. If you make that contact, lift your left arm straight up, gently press your hips forwards. And then switch, reach your left hand out across and down to the left heel. Inhale, right arm up. And then exhale, switch. Right arm across. Make contact, lift the left arm. Exhale, left arm across. Make contact. Inhale, the right arm up. Keep switching sides. I always try to keep my fingertips in view, whether it's the right fingertips or the left fingertips. There's just a second when it switches. This keeps breath flowing, energy moving. If you'd like to take it in a full circle, your top arm comes up and then circles out in the round. Slowly release. Let your hips rest on your heels. Face your palms up on your lap and close your eyes. Breathe in. Flush your breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more round. Rise back up onto your shins. This time bring both hands to the low of your back. I like to bring my thumbs together right on top of the sacrum, and then let the other fingers kind of support the top of the glutes. Squeeze your elbows back, lift your heart, and then lift your gaze. Inhale. You can hold right here if this is your max in your low back and the max in your throat. But if you do have a little bit more space, try tucking your toes and then just gently guide your hips forwards, and that will naturally bring your gaze further back. Continue your breath. You can keep your hands supporting your hips or squeeze at your glutes, squeeze with your thighs, and release your hands to your heels. If your hands find your heels, then press your hips forwards. Lift your heart high for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return your hands to your hips, and then slowly release hips to heels. Drop your chin down to your chest. Rest your palms in your lap. Breathe. If you can shift your thoughts and your ideas about expanding the front body, bending in the back body, like shifting it away from a back bend and into a heart-opening posture, helps you build strength, helps you soften through the chest and through the heart, softening the tightly wound emotions that keep it tight, keep it sore. Allowing you to step into this infinite space of love and expansion and understanding. On your inhale, lift both of your palms high. Exhale, child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll up to your tabletop. Step your left toes a little bit further to the back of the mat, and then draw your right knee up towards your right wrist. Extend through your back leg, press through your heel until you rest your thigh either down onto a block, down onto a blanket, or just on the mat. Settle into your half pigeon pose. Breathe in. With your exhale, gently bend your elbows about halfway, guiding your heart forwards, adding some weight onto the front leg. Inhale, re-extend your arms. And exhale, forward bend. Do that a few times. Two more breaths. Big inhale. Stay for your exhale. Sit on your right hip. Circle your left leg around for a twist. Plant your foot. Inhale your right arm high. Then cross elbow over thigh. Roll your shoulders back. Lift high with your chest. Breathe deep into your belly. Release your twist. Bring both palms over to your right. Just a small counter twist. Release. Bring your left shin down onto the mat and then swing your right leg back and around. Always come up onto my palms, onto the shin, just to get the right leg really set straight back from your hip. When you get settled into your half pigeon, ground down through your fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold halfway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, guide your heart forwards. You can take as many pulses as you need or settle into your sleeping pigeon for about 5 breaths. Take 2 more breaths. Identify one thought, one pattern, or one behavior that you want to release. Our behaviors and our patterns, especially the ones that we don't want to carry into tomorrow, they're a lot like cockroaches. When we feel low, when we're kind of living in the dark, that's when they all creep back up. But over and over again, you have the opportunity to identify, to see your cockroach, and then to wipe it away, to get it out of your present. But you have to do this work every single day in order to rid yourself. Sit on the left hip, bring your right leg around, cross it over. Inhale your left arm up high. Exhale, twist. Take 5 breaths. Make sure you're pushing your right hip down into the mat just as much as your left. And then squeeze back with the right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release. Little counter twist. And unwind. Plant both of your feet down on your mat. Reach your hands forwards. And then take about 5 or 6 breaths to roll all the way down. So every inhale, pause, maybe even re-lengthen in the spine. And then each exhale, allow 1 or 2 more inches of the spine to connect. Round through your back on the exhale, and then straighten in the spine on your inhale. It'll give you a little bit of core work. Take 1 more breath. And soften all the way down to the mat. Ground your elbows. Bring your palms parallel to one another, just above your ribs, and then push down into your elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades underneath. That gives you a little heart lift. And it'll slowly lift your hips to the ceiling. You can either keep your palms here, floating just outside of your hips, or bring your hands underneath your hips for support. See if you can tuck your shoulders a little bit further under the body, or bind your hands under the hips. Flex through your toes. Lift your toes off your mat. Push into your heels. So you're activating the whole back chain. 1 more inhale. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, reconnect. Spine to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And then open up for Shavasana. Take a long breath in through your nose. Sigh out. Close your eyes. Balance your breath. Allow your mind to take you somewhere else. Wipe away any resistance, any fear or uncertainty. Soften into this moment. Surrender to the present. There's not much we can do to change the external world, but what we can change, what we are in control of, is the internal. The way we perceive and the way we reflect. Take another inhale. This one, hold at the top. Exhale, release. Hug your knees in. Roll over to one side. Let a thought of gratitude wash over you for creating the time and space to be yourself with yourself. Press your palm down, slowly lift up. Soften your gaze or keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. I thank you for joining this virtual practice, sharing your energy with our community and in this space. Namaste. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.